I will present you the One Health glossary solution what we have now. I want to start in the beginning of my presentation with our objectives for the portal what we developed. So what we wanted to achieve with our technical solution, what is provided by the AG Infra Plus project, what is really helpful for us because we don't have to develop a complete facility. We were able to use this and we're able to build our infrastructure around it, and this is quite helpful, and this is also the reason why we use it here. I come to the portal in short slides. I will present at first the objectives. So the first aim of us was we wanted a place where we can present our results. For sure, we wanted to show how our work looks like, how you can interact with this work, and how you can access our work. So presenting results in a good and nice shape was one of our goals. And then we also wanted to make the information really good accessible for our communities and even for external users which can interact with the content. They can search content, they can filter content, and they find the different terms. And one aim was also to be concise and makes it possible to share even terms and make referenceable content for our communities, so that when you have this resource and you know this resource, that you can even go to that and you can share a term via a link and you can reference it. And this is really a plus, we think, for this resource. We specified our infrastructures around the One Health glossary in two spaces. The one space is our public space, or our so-called One Health portal, or in the end the One Health OHEJP glossary, which is accessible for external users and internal users. It was really necessary and important for us that we really try to separate places where we host our content that is publicly available, and then we have also protected space where we can maintain the content, and this is only provided for some of the users. So, and our public spaces in the internet are the One Health OHEJP glossary and the data catalog. This is the facility in the D4Science infrastructure of AG Infra Plus. And then we have also an open Zotero group. We said that it was necessary for us to have a reference management system, also to help our users in the protected space with creating the references. And there you find all the resources where we had all our terms from. And this is also related to transparency. The protected space should be only for creators and project members of Orion and Cohesive and Nova. And as we said, it can only be achieved, this One Health glossary, in not only from one sector, from all the sector. It's a joint effort, it's a collaborative effort. And for that, we needed an easy accessible tool to change entries and new entries. And even the Zotero group is one part of that. Matthias will show in the last future perspectives also our approach to achieve this protective space and how to work in this collaboration. So now we come closer to the live demo, and I want to show you how to access what are our entry points for the One Health glossary. And in fact, we have more or less 3 entry points. You as user can go to our official Orion website, which is hosted on a BFR server under the Food Risk Labs brand. This is a BFR specific thing, and there we have our project website where you can also access in the future the content of our other projects within Orion. And there you find the link to the One Health EGP glossary. On the other side, we have also a direct link, you see this here also, to the One Health EGP glossary, where you can access it directly without going over this site. And then we have a third interesting access point, and this is, as I said, we want to make the terms shareable and referenceable, the direct link to a specific terms, and I will show that also in our live demo. So what will be the demo topics of my talk today? So first of all, a general overview about the facility in the AG Infra Plus VRE, which is publicly available. If you want, we can share also the links that you can follow this or you can access this after our talk. We have, I will show you also the search and filter functionalities of the terms and the metadata of each glossary term, what you can access, which kind of information you get in of each glossary term. And in the end, we will also show features to support the interoperability. So we go also shortly in a really advanced feature of this topic only for that you know it's there. Okay, now I go to the live demo. So this is a screenshot of the glossary, and here you find two links. The first link is the indirect access to the One Health EGP glossary, and this is the direct access, and I will go to that now. So I go over the indirect way. So as you can see here now, this is our Food Risk Labs website, and here you see we have the Orion One Health EGP as tab, and under One Health collaboration you find this site. Currently this is in construction, and you see here you can click on this picture or even on this link, and if you do that you will be directly directed to the One Health glossary. So I click on that, and now our One Health EGP glossary in this D4Science infrastructure is shown. I can share, we have the suggestion to share the link, so I share this now. Great. So now I will give you a short overview what you can see here and can look around. So the first thing what you see is that we have this overview over the terms of each term which is included. So it's not like in Google that you have only a search bar where you type in a term and it pops up. You can immediately see all our content what we have here, and you see here also how much items is the synonym for terms you have in this resource. You can see also that you can follow the updates on the glossary, and then we have this part with some functionalities, the search items bar, then an order by tab, a description, and then the terms. You have here the term itself, and under that the specific definition. If this definition is too long, it will be shortened with these 3 dots. And on the left side here you have so-called tags, and these are in fact some filter functionalities, and I will show you how this complete stuff works together now in a small user story. So assume you are a researcher and you get the task, I have to write a report about antimicrobial resistance in the context of One Health. And I have now my report, and yeah, you want to present more or less some of the terms in a glossary, and I look for a definition. I want to showcase this, what kind of definitions I have in different sectors, and I want to know, okay, is there a shared definition between animal health, food safety, and also public health? So what I can do here, if I know this resource and I could enter this resource. So we have different opportunities. So the first of all, and I think this is the most intuitive, you go to the search bar, and there you have multiple options for searching. The first option is a full text search, and there you can enter more or less more options than one. The first option is for sure to type in, for instance, I want to search for the term antimicrobial. What is in fact antimicrobial, how it's defined in the different sector. So I type it in, microbial, and I click enter, and now it will search through all our entities to all the metadata of each term and search for the term antimicrobial. Because of that, you have here also the thing drug class or clinical breakpoint, and if you look here, the search found antimicrobial in the definition. So this is the first thing what you can do. If you are too lazy to type in the whole word, you can also use so-called wildcard. Maybe you know this concept from research reference libraries like PubMed or Scopus or Web of Science, and then it will look for specific for the specific wildcard where anti is in it. And you see it makes a difference where you put star in. So now it looks also for antibiotic. So this is a possibility to look for a more general search. What you can do also, if you see now it's a little bit unsorted and kind of unclear how to access this content. I want to order it. Now it's ordered by relevance. You have here different options: name ascending, name descending, last modified, popular. So that means you can search for which term was the last modified of this list, and the others is which kind of term is often used and which type of is more relevant. And if you click, for instance, name ascending, it will sort now at first capital written terms like joint research or project or One Health, and then afterwards it will sort all the small letters terms. So that is one possibility to get a clearer picture. But now I really want to know, okay, what is antimicrobial about? So what I can do now, if I want to specify the search, you click title. Here, type in title, and then you could specify this with antimicrobial. And now what the search will do is it will search, oh, I have a typo, antimicrobial title. I have to write it small. Sorry for that. I have to type it small, title, and now it will search in the title directly where antimicrobial is in it. And now you see we have antimicrobial 2 times, also antimicrobial antimicrobial resistance. And what does this mean? You see we have different definitions for each term. That means if we found a resource which a specific definition that you can look for, okay, what is out there. So, and it means if I go on this one, I get a lot of more information. This is the specific detailed information where I get access to all the metadata to each term. So the first one is for sure the title, and then you see the complete definition. After that, you have this text section. What does this mean? It means you see here animal health, food safety, public health, and shared definition. That means this term is agreed between our consortium that this definition is shared between all sectors. And then you'll find also the category of this term, and it's called epidemiology. So antimicrobial is an epidemiological topic. And what you can find also here, you find a specific part where you see more information about the references. So where does this term comes from? And we see here now this term is specified by the CDC, was defined by the CDC. It is a website. And the CDC has here a resource with a glossary. And what you see also, and what is also quite handy, is Zotero URL. So this is in fact a link to our reference management system. And if I click on that, you will be led through our public Zotero group for Orion, for the One Health EGP glossary, where we have all our related publications in it, and there you'll find our metadata to these references. And if I go here on library, you see currently all our references which we have in place there. For sure, we have also the website itself as link. You see, if I go to this resource, I found directly the glossary terms, and you could look for the original resource where we have this term from. Then we have the glossary term classification. There you have, again, the information about the category of each term and also the sector. Then we have this modified definition. This is here now true. That means if a definition was modified by the consortium in some way, we have here a true or false. That is a Boolean, and gives the reader the hint that this definition might be changed by the consortium, and maybe there's some parts were added so that we thought this definition is even more specific to the specific topic. Under this, you find additional informations, and this is the item URL. And this is, in fact, you see here a QR code. You could scan this with your handy, and then you would, or a smartphone, and then you would be able to reach out to this resource. And you find here this link. I can present this to you. If I copy and paste this now in the chat, you could access directly the same entry as I have now open here, and this is quite a handy tool we find. So with that we can really reference this term, and this is really cool. Yeah. So this is how the terms look like, and go back, and maybe for you that you can see that we have here different definitions. If I click to the other antimicrobial, you see this resource is from the EFSA. This is an EFSA definition which was given in a guideline, which you can also access via this link. So, and you find also again all these resources and informations about. So I said to you that I will show you also one advanced feature of this whole resource. What we support here is a so-called RDF format. This is a linked data format, and you can access this if you go on a specific term. If you click on the specific link of this term and you type in here .rdf, what will happen now is that you get from the D4 Science AG Infra Gateway a response, and this response contains a machine-readable format. That means that the computer can read it and interpret it of each term. And this is really handy if you work as programmer and want to use this resource for more work with the terms to integrate it, for instance, in your own facility. And this is one feature I wanted also to present here.